Good morning, Wednesday, October the 6th, an auspicious day. My sweet brother is 50 years old today, and what a gift his life is. It's a little dark out and cloudy, so it'd be nice to illuminate your space a little bit, and we're gonna illuminate within with our yoga practice. Beginning with butterfly pose. If you're not already finding it, just taking the legs into an easy feet together, knees apart position. So that may mean that you sit on a blanket. You sit on a blanket to elevate your pelvis. You may come forward and down to any degree. You don't need to engage any bandhas or muscles. Just let your muscles relax and rest with the shape. Relax everything that you can. Your base, check in, your hands. Let your breath be relaxed too. Invite it to just be gently noticed. And observe your energy settle over the next minute or so. Patiently drawing your awareness to your breathing and your body. Asking yourself to be still. Gives you something to concentrate on. And in an energetic way, this pose across the back of the body, the back of the pelvis and the low back, a lot of energy runs through that part of the body. So perhaps send a little awareness to that area, any sensations, just a movement with your breathing there. Breath wild and free. It's okay if yin poses challenge you with their stillness. Just thinking of the new moon phase, it's the first phase, it's the resting phase, it's that end of the exhale phase. So let us come upright slowly from wherever you have been working with butterfly, and perhaps taking a counter pose by taking your legs out straight and bring your fingers back. So instead of forward, open hands going back, rest back into your arms and to your dog potentially, gently lifting your heart and releasing your legs and hips. And now beginning that organization of the breath and the steady gaze towards the nose tip. Let yourself drop in. Inhale very deeply, so wait for an exhale to complete itself. Inhale slowly and fully, not too much at a time, so you have some time for that breath to stretch in. Feel that fullness feeling for a moment. Linger there, pause. Exhale very slowly. Feel that sense of letting go and releasing, emptying. Pause in your emptiness for a moment. Follow your own inhalation when it's ready to sit back upright and bring your right leg into a cradling position. Sitting up tall using your arms. A little toning of the navel towards the spine. Slow, deep breaths. And take another breath where it feels good for you, holding your leg. And then try to relax your hip externally. So this is a rolling externally hip movement. Let it do what it does, and that will come down and have the foot facing upward a little bit, possibly. Hello, other leg. Hello, other hip. Sit tall. Nose gaze. Deep, steady breathing. So we can get right to work on calming and energizing gently and calming the nervous system. We can do both. And just find a sweet spot for yourself in this hold. Even if it's a little challenging, you can find a place where it's okay. And just another breath. Meet yourself where you are in your body. And then externally release your hip again. Maybe your foot starts to show up towards the sky a little bit, and that can develop over time. Rest your hands open on your legs. Lean forward slightly. Notice your energy as your body registers this ease. The steady breathing is calming for the mind. The vibration of the breath calms the nervous system. Let it make a little sound. And let your awareness be present with your experience right in the now. The first word of yoga, now. And then another yoga word, Om, A-U-M. If you'd like to join in or listen to the vibration and add your own vibration with the hum. Deep breath in and a new moon Om, a nice long exhale. Keep letting that breath go, go, go. Don't be afraid. Gently experience emptiness. Then slowly let yourself breathe in, opening up your eyes. Exhale a little tone in your low belly. So it's below your breathing, that Uddiyana Bandha means upward lift. Arms up, shoulders down. Make some gentle fists and pull your hands to your shoulders. Extend your fingers, reach up. Let's add breath of fire to that. So that's where we do that pulsing breath in and out without pausing. You can go slowly as you like. It's nice to start slowly. So inhale or reach, exhale, pull, inhale, reach, exhale, pull. Go at your own pace, up to 10 times. Just take a regular breath if you need. Ground into your legs. 6, 7, 8. Slow breath in, reach up. Slow breath out, flow down your arms into your sides, into your heart once again. Gently tone your navel in. Last thing, taking your forehead with your right hand, just gently hold, wrap across your forehead, take your left hand behind your skull and sit tall with your shoulders down. Gently squeeze your head. Just a little light pressure of your hands, their warmth, their energy. Whatever is occupying your brain that might need to relax, let it have a moment here. Energy hold. Debt ceiling, whatever is going on. Exhale again. Change your hands to the other way. Just let it balance out sides. Patiently sitting tall. Let this gently engage your core strength as you just feel that slight difference of the sides of the body. Taking 3 to 5 breaths with this forehead energy hold anytime you need it to just bring down the fire. One more time. And exhale, release. Release your legs from the sitting and come round to tabletop position. Taking one leg back for calf stretch. Take your time if you need to circle your wrists around or cushion your knees. Just do what you need to do. Move your puppy. Okay, good boy. So open hand, spiral outward energy, navel towards the spine. Take your right leg straight back, so you tuck your toes and stretch out your back of your leg and feel. Noticing any imbalances in your hands, you can always reset them. Take care of your hands. A little awareness of your head. Just let it relax gently off the rest of your spine. And one more exhale, press back in that heel. Gently find your range of motion in each pose. Your leg may be bent. And then the second side. Tuck toe, heel reaching back. For one. Now we're starting to engage muscles, pressing earth with hands. Engage arms, chest, and back. As you engage your arms, you feel strength along the sides of your torso. And firming that leg that's reaching back. One more breath. Downward facing dog. Just give yourself a transitionary moment to find this, our upside down V shape. And you might find that bending the knees is important for your spine so it's straight. So we don't want to be upside down U shape. We want to have a forward tilting pelvis here. Bring down your knees for a gentler version. I'll include that one at some point, but if you want to start there, that's okay. Navel towards the spine. Couple breaths in, try to start relaxing into the pose. So we're just engaging enough to hold the shape. And then we find the balance of softness. And with practice, things get easier. So showing up again and again makes it not a big deal to hang out in this pose for too long. Bend your knees and make your way up to standing. Take your time. Use your mindfulness technology. Fold in carefully. Use your legs to stand. You can really exaggerate that squat and really use the legs. Stand and now find some softness in your mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet underneath your hips. Shoulders relaxed on the ribs. A sense of freedom in the back and the front of the body. As you stand tall, let your belly be long. Let your low back be long. Exhale. Pull in towards the spine. Feel that emptying breath. The sun is up there. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, side bend. This is one of our moon poses. Is a standing side bend. Press your palms. It can be very light. Legs firm, feet spread. Tummy toned. Press that lower hand to the upper one and breathe one more time. Inhale, strong side, come up and bring down your hands. Lift your elbows. Second side, inhale, sun. And exhale into one of the half moon poses. Standing side bend. Trying to keep your sameness even when it's asymmetrical work. Especially the arms here. Right over to the side, not forward or back. And a little tail tuck energy. So many things. You don't have to focus on all at once. Release, inhale. Hands come down the center line and release to your legs wherever they reach. Tip forward to your own degree. Head down. So even if you're not very far forward, you can tuck your chin here. Halfway lift might just be lengthening your neck again. Exhale, bend your knees and spread your hands. Keep your hips low as you can and take your right leg and then your left leg back. Tadasana, the plank pose. Try to lower yourself to flat. Straight arms this time. Relax your thumbs. Maybe your knees are on the floor. That's okay. Activate your arms, chest, back, sides, legs, tummy. Whole body activation. One more breath. And then pull your hips up and bow down. Maybe your feet pull in a little bit. Downward dog, resting pose.
The focus of downward facing dog is the Muladhara chakra in the belly center, our solar plexus. Your awareness in the navel towards the spine area. Concentrate your breathing into that center, that light-filled center. And one more hands. Let your open hands mirror open shoulders, open heart. Bend your knees, stepping forward. Hands to the legs. Come to halfway lift and demonstrating them not very far forward. Keeping the pelvis tilt is important. Fold forward. It might just be the chin tuck, not very deep. Go into your own version. Stand up, press your feet, lead with your head, stand. Float your arms. Gently back bend, stretch your belly. Just lean back a little bit. And exhale, center up and draw down. Weaving the fingers together, press up towards the sky as your shoulders draw down. Inhale again, press up, gaze up. Exhale, release your hands to the back of your legs. So tip forward, let your knees bend, go on in, tuck your chin. Hands come around to the front of your legs for the extend third position. Other leg back first, bend, low hips, left leg, right leg. Having the elbow bend of Chaturanga for 5. So just a little dip, hug the elbows in, maybe your knees are down for 5. There's a little forward shift, 4, 3, 2, don't give up easily, 1. Press your arms straight, downward dog. Just do a little freedom dog here. If you want to do some side to side circles of the pelvis or walk out the backs of your legs. Have a little movement freedom. Explore the shape. Into stillness now. I'll offer that again at some point. We can do a little more freedom dog. Exhale. Bend knees, walk hands to feet to mix up and vary our strengthening into your forward fold. Stand up carefully. And bring your hands to your center and then to your belly center. Just let them rest on each other. Bring your feet together for a moment. Organize yourself into bamboo and the wind pose. Gathering the inner legs towards each other. Balancing on a narrow base. Stilling yourself and holding your conic center. It's about letting go, letting unraveling happen. One more breath, focus on the exhale. And release. It's raining really hard, so I'll try to keep my voice a little higher, a little louder so that make sure you can hear me. Time for some moon love, Chandra Namaskar. Turn to face the right side of your mat in the center. So we circle around in this sequence. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, side bend to the right. Come to center, it can be a very small movement, and side bend to the left. Tone your belly. Inhale, center. And exhale, hands down. Step your feet out, goddess pose, toes out. Bend your knees, come down the center line. Hold it steady. So just soften your approach a little bit for moon. It's supposed to just balance the fieriness of sun with coolness of moon. So a little soft, a little more flow. Settle into this shape. One more breath. Press your legs straight. Extend out your arms as well. Star pose. And exhale, hands down. Swing out your heels. Bring your hands to your legs and exhale. Come forward. So you can do that same knee bend tip. And come forward. Prasarita, wide standing parallel pose. Shoulders draw up into the body. And don't lock your knees if your legs are straight. Keep them a little soft. Spend a few moments going over towards your right leg. Just wrap yourself around to that side. Try to make little adjustments if you feel anything is working too much, isn't quite right. Breathe out. And slowly come to the other side. So I just had adjusted one of my thumbs. I was overworking my hands in this pose. They can relax. Sound of breath continuing to calm, to activate parasympathetic activity. One more exhalation. Return carefully to center and then come up using the legs. Triangle pose to the right side in a light way, reaching up and down, open across the heart. Just go to a place where it feels good today. And I'm always giving the reminder about the core strength in this pose, so important. With your breath out, navel towards your spine. Breath in, use your legs to stand and your core. Turn and face your straight leg, Parsvottanasana. So square towards the back of your mat. Roll your thumbs back and your shoulders in. Come together behind your back. And exhale, forward fold. Focus on lifting the elbows, or you could also just focus on the arms more and not do much of a fold. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just let it be where it wants to be today. Exhale. That's what perfect is in yoga, is where you need to be. Come on out. Release your arms. Transition to Anjali Asana. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. We're just going to bring the back leg down to the knee, to our low lunge, and bring the knee out toward the toes on the front leg. Tail tucking energy here as we extend the spine. Helps keep your low back long. And arms up. How does that feel? You keep your hands on your knees instead. Downward eyes. And keep it soft. And be soft and strong at the same time. Known as Straft. And release from that pose, remembering not to be too serious with our practice. Turn your toes now to the corner of your mat so that you come to side lunge. So now we're about to facing the side of the mat with the right toes and knee turning towards the corner. You may come up to the knee if you like, or hands to the floor for 5 breaths. Or just a few. How about we just do a few breaths? Transition over to the other side in the same shape, starting that circle back to the knee if you like. Soften and breathe. Breathe out again. Turning to face the front of your mat with your back knee coming down, not needing to rush the transition to Anjali's pose. Tail tucking energy, extending the spine, so letting the belly lengthen. Arms up or down, gaze down, and both of your feet. Shoulders are down, gently reach the arms, one more breath. Transition, straightening the back leg, Parsvottanasana, so make your way to standing, hips towards the front. Add the arms behind in some way that feels good in this moment, and forward fold a little bit or a lot. Find to bend the front knee. Elbow strings towards the sky. Concentrate on your balance and on taking it a little soft. Last breath. You can open right into triangle pose if it feels good in your body, or come on up and go into triangle by turning to the sides. You could do that transition from below or above. Focus on your core strength today a little bit here. Navel in. Keep it light. Feel your heart open in triangle pose. And groundedness in the belly center, the pranic center. Exhale. Use that belly strength as you come up. Use your legs as well. Turn back to wide parallel feet, and then turn out the toes down the center line. This time, add the elephant arms where you rest the elbows and hands together at the third eye center with the thumbs. Stillness, symmetry. See about going a little lower in the hips for another breath. And then a determined squeeze in your glutes. Activate your glutes as you stand. So try to use them to help you stand up. Release back to feet together or hip distance. Side bend right. Side bend left. Center reach, gaze. Exhale, heart. Just pausing for a moment for inner listening. Stepping to the front third of your mat. Adding our last couple of standing poses. Bearabhadrasana, always a good idea. Left leg back first. Just keep things a little interesting. Not always going the same way first. Tuck your tailbone a little bit. Bring your knee out over your ankle. Leave your fingers, thumbs wide, and rest across your heart center. Have this be active. So it's like you're trying to pull your fingers apart but not letting go. I feel activation under my shoulder blades. You can feel it where you feel it. Unshakable courage. Feel your breath. And focus down into the legs and hips for another breath. Slowly. Release your fingers and open to the side, warrior B. Turn out the toes. For me, I need more space between my feet on this one, and settle right into that. Soften by turning your palms to the sky today. Exhale. Release to the front of your mat for the second side. Mindful stepping out, heel toe movements, so you can get your legs to press and step. Other side. Right leg back now. Squaring, tail tucking, finding that groundedness. Standing poses are deeply grounding. As you're ready,
Leave your fingers the other way and go back to that activated. Trying to pull your fingers, but don't let go. Unshakable courage. Mind your rings if you're wearing any. And now soften into the pose, into the hips. Last breath. Downward eyes. Release your arms. Palms up as you transition warrior B. Back toes turn out. Find your stance. Soften your shoulders and turn your eyes to your front palm. Receiving gesture. Giving and receiving breaths in equal measure. Relax into the feet and focus on the legs and hips for the last breath. Just trying to soften and open here. Release out of the shape. Coming down to the earth. One more reach up. Feel this activate your body and rise up to the balls of your feet. And then transition to forward folding. Slowly, carefully, after the poses we've just done with your pelvis, really take your time, come to your forward fold. You can make it really lunar style, which means really bendy knees, palms up. Just drape your head. Rest your chest on your thighs. Feel that energy across the back, hips and sacrum, low back, especially. Exhalation. Bring down your hands and bring back your legs lower to your belly with an optional up dog down dog. Just don't even go there if you don't want to, but if you do have that option, have a restless body and restless mind, come out to the belly and starting some of our yin stuff. So just take a moment to come down and center yourself on your belly. So just relax for a moment. Feel the front of your body touch the earth. Let your legs be comfortably wide. Rock your pelvis side to side. Find center. Move awareness up to your rib cage. Breathe deeply. Exhale, concentrate your exhale into the center of your torso. And keeping the legs relaxed. Carefully come up to your elbows to Sphinx pose. You might have your arms further away for a less intense experience possibly. So as you bring in your elbows, just make sure that you tolerate this in your low back. Some tail tucking, just to make sure that area is relaxed. Hands can be flat open on the floor, together. Just let them rest. Lifting out of your shoulders. Everything soft. So do some awakening with these seasonal yin poses of the lung meridian, heart, pericardium. Remember thinking about that sac around the heart. Sense into the front of your body. Just try to let this part of our practice all be resting, all be restful for you. Here we are adding a little bit of gentle energy, so you might feel a little energized in this one. The adrenals sitting on top of the kidneys in the back body.
And take another moment. Just whatever that pose is teaching you, it's okay. Release it on out. Let's you can just pause in between in poses and do whatever feels good. Let's come to the right side of the body, supporting your skull with your arm or pillow. If you have a pillow around, that's nice, or a blanket. First that, and then a hand to your belly to just gently encourage balance there, and think about triangle pose where we just want to lightly engage here while we balance on our side. Stacking the legs. Slowly, slowly lift your top leg. If you want to take your hand to the floor in front, that's fine. Just lift right in your foot, lift your top leg really slowly straight up. Also slowly bring it out in front of you. Doesn't have to be far. You can bend your knee. Slowly lower it down into a comfortable position. So, oh, thank you, Tye. You can put something under your knee where your leg can be straight. Just resting out the top leg. And we take our arm on the top and reach for the bottom foot. So bend your bottom knee. Bring your hand to catch. You could catch your trouser leg, your heel, your toes, anywhere that you can reach. It's also fine to use something to extend your reach, like a bit of cloth, a sock or something. And then you may roll towards the back of your body here. So just keep refining for a little bit until you feel that you can settle and soften, relax. Just relax. Cat pulling tail pose. As we've turned over towards the ceiling, just try to soften anything the eyes are perceiving. Just let the eyes close and internally see the body, or soften part of the way. And again, just seeing internally. Sensing the sensations. The messaging to yourself is really important about compassion, that you're not ever stuck anywhere. If you're in pain, you can stop. Always staying away from pain, but sensation is okay. And only you can know that experience in yourself. Try to soften into this shape for another moment. Relax everything. And then let it go. And you can come to the other side. Take your time and maybe do a little pause in between if you want to, or do a counter pose of some kind. Just pause to feel it. All these tools right inside us to calm ourselves, to bring ourselves into a strong, soft, present state. Find balance on your other side. Work with yourself to support your head. I find as I roll back, I have to adjust up there when I finish coming into the shape. But first, starting, stack legs, navel towards the spine. Breathing out. And then slowly flex your foot and lift your top leg very slowly up. Strengthen your hip. If it's hard, it's good to practice it out in front, straight out. And the slowness is part of the challenge, of course. And we're going to just relax that leg down. You can bend your knee, do whatever you need to make that leg supported and comfortable. Roll towards your back as you catch your bottom foot or ankle or trouser leg or sock. Just have a little time for coming in, plenty of time, plenty of space. Soften your eyes. Give yourself a few breaths just to start to relax into the shape, to notice if you might need to change anything. Go soft. Try to be working in a place where you feel some positive sensations. Maybe kind of neutral. If you can do anything to make any uncomfortable sensations lessen, that's good. A little tail tuck energy here might be appropriate. Let go. Have another moment for this exploration. Into our inner space. Slow release out to a pose that feels nice for your body, just coming to rest again on your belly. It's fine. And let's make it way back to child's pose. So in, so no need to do the vinyasa in between. Just slowly go to yin, child's pose with wide knees. So that can be determined by you. How does that feel today? Carefully check on folded legs. If you need some support behind your knees, that's fine. And your hips don't have to be down that far either. So let's start with the arms out overhead and the heart reaching down. So kind of a heart softening version first with the hips up, forehead on the floor, or on support if it doesn't reach, any kind of support. Elbows down. Soften what you can. Just letting the bones hold the shape. And the fascia that holds us all together is a little bit stimulated here. That network. Breathe out, let go. And relax from the heart melting pose back to child's pose properly. Let me get my blanket to put behind my knee. Support for child's pose under your knees or otherwise. Rest in child's pose. If you want to add a twist to child's pose, like a threading needle twist, you can add that for a minute on each side. So I'll give a minute directive. You are in wanting to do that mode of going over to a thread needle shape. Look in the back of the body, the kidney area, that energizing place here, awakened and opened. Letting energy flow. What can you soften? considering a change to the second side, if you are practicing that rotation, you may also just pause if you would like to and come back into child's pose. You could change your knees to closed knees if you want, or take the threading pose second side. Last moment on the second side. With care, coming out and giving yourself a little time to release. So this spontaneous release invitation. So you know some yoga poses. When I had that invitation for the bliss-filled downward dog, from that folded leg position, it might feel nice to stretch out the legs again, but you can do what you like. So maybe 6 to 8 breaths, so you can do both sides of your body. You want to do any 3-leg dog, releasing your hips, lengthening your sides. Second side, if you're doing 2-sided work. To center, come through and sit down, having any supports with you, and come to your back. Do one more pose before Tadasana, and that is the side bend of banana pose. Both feet over towards the right side of your mat. Once you're settled, give yourself a moment to settle on your back. And inch your feet over to the right. Maybe cross the left ankle on top if it feels okay. Keep your back body on the floor and just angle your shoulders and your head a little bit over towards that same side of the mat. So you are in a little bit of a gentle curve like a banana. Arms may go overhead or not. If you get a lot of nerve tingliness, then it's best to let the arms come back along the sides of the body. Just means that a nerve is a little irritated. Relax. Use your resources of awareness of earth. Grounding ourselves, a lot of it is just touching the earth and knowing you're touching it. Sacrum, skull. Another resource is our breath and the awareness and steady movement of the breath. And let's welcome some emptying breaths in this pose. Some long, slow exhales.
soft over to the center once again. Feel center. Let yourself feel heavy in your groundedness. Explore the second side light, resting side bend, yin style side bend, banana pose, just a little gentle curve with the feet, legs, and shoulders and head. So that the right side of the body is gently lengthened. Arms where they feel good. Rest. All you have to do is hold the shape. Be present with its sensations. Challenge yourself. If you're someone who likes to get a lot of stuff done, if you're active and busy, and try to just undo that for a little bit. Just try some undoing. Fill yourself with calm reserves of energy. And a gentle return to center for our last pose and our last yin pose, Shavasana. Blanket, pillow, blankets, pillows. Support yourself with warmth and softness, support, all those things that make this a very hygge experience, where you now this very important part of practice where we receive this information. So that when we are finished with our class, we are ready to move on to the next thing, that we have had time. Softening around your eye sockets, perhaps covering your eyes, trying an eye pillow if you're interested in that, or a sleeping mask. Shoulders relax onto the earth. Check in with your shoulder blades. Press your elbows into the ground and the knuckles, elbows, and back of skull to lift your chest. Settle your shoulder blades back down. Relax your upper body into the earth. Sometimes that might require resetting the low back. Resetting the low back and bridge up or ground into your heels. You can physically move the flesh of your seat down towards your heels a little more to help give space for the low back, and relax your lower body all the way up to your feet and ankles. The legs rest naturally in external rotation. There's a message all the way down to your hip bones inside of your pelvis. Let them roll to the outside. Roll open. Heart open too. Let's allow our breathing to concentrate itself into our center as we exhale each time. You don't have to do anything, just have that intention. But as you rest, you may still observe your breathing, and that's one of your tools for resting. The breath will naturally find our center.
Is your throat soft? Maybe swallow. Relax your forehead and fingers. Lingering in happiness. After rain, after many days without rain, it stays cool, private and cleansed under the trees. And the dampness there, married now to gravity, falls branch to branch, leaf to leaf, down to the ground, where it will disappear, but not, of course, vanish, except to our eyes. The roots of the oaks will have their share, and the white threads of the grasses, and the cushion of moss, a few drops, round as pearls, will enter the mole's tunnel. And soon, so many small stones, buried for 1,000 years, will feel themselves being touched. Inviting a gentle release of your stillness. Breathing as it feels right in the moment, into that idea of now. And even if you're reluctant to leave, a few determined inhalations will help you. Let gratitude be part of the letting go of the stillness, just grateful for all the information you received there from practice. Once you have made your way around to sitting, let's practice a few rounds of exhales. Just focus on exhales. Starting some nice long inhale, release to that exhale. Let go.
And the next one is completely gone. Let your inhale gather back to the heart center with your hands there, forehead coming towards the heart as well. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you. I hope you stay cozy rest of your day. Beginning this growing cycle yet again.
Thank you.
Thanks, Blossom. Loved seeing your yoga dog.
He was perfect today, wasn't he?
Yes, he's still perfect. Look at him. Being back there all perfect.
He's still in Shavasana.
I think he was there